He accused me of cheating in front of my entire family. He stalked me to work. He demanded I pay for his rent, even after we broke up. But what he didn't realize was that one tiny mistake of his would end up costing him hundreds in pizza, burgers, and every delicious meal I craved. And the best part? He never saw it coming. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever been through a messy breakup, if you've ever been underestimated, or if you've ever wished karma could serve up justice on a silver platter, this story is for you. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below with your most satisfying revenge moment, because today, we're diving into a breakup so toxic, it ended with the sweetest meal of all, poetic justice. 1. The relationship and the cracks begin. 8 years ago, I was engaged to a man I thought I'd spend my life with. Let's call him Mark. Mark wasn't just my fiancé, he was my supposed partner, my forever. Or at least, that's what I thought. But what started as small cracks in our relationship quickly grew into gaping fractures. At first, it was little things, the entitlement, the laziness, the way he always seemed to think the world owed him something. I brushed it off because I loved him. We all make excuses for people we care about, right? But soon, his behavior wasn't just selfish, it was destructive. When we were still together, Mark expected me to handle everything. Bills, groceries, planning our future. He contributed the bare minimum. And any time I brought it up, he'd guilt-trip me with lines like, "Well, you're just better with money than I am." What he really meant was, "You work hard so I don't have to." 2. The breakup from hell. Finally, things came crashing down. Our engagement ended in what I can only describe as one of the most chaotic breakups imaginable. Mark didn't take it well. Not only did he refuse to take responsibility, but he acted like I was abandoning him. Here are some of the highlights of that nightmare. First, he demanded that I pay the deposit on an apartment he wanted to move into, an apartment he couldn't even afford. And when I reminded him we were no longer together, he insisted I should still cover the rent because I had a new overseas job lined up. Next, he straight up told me to open new credit cards and take out loans, just to fund his lifestyle. Mind you, this is after we'd broken up. And then, to humiliate me further, he stormed into one of my family gatherings. In front of everyone I loved, he screamed about what a horrible partner I was. He told them I cheated on him, a flat-out lie. My parents, my cousins, my uncles, everyone was there. It was humiliating, infuriating, and heartbreaking all at once. The breaking point? He started following me home from work. That's when I had to get a restraining order. By the end, I wasn't just heartbroken, I was exhausted, angry, and honestly scared. 3. Starting over abroad. After months of chaos, I finally got the fresh start I desperately needed. I landed a job overseas and decided to pack up my life and move. But here's the catch, starting over isn't cheap. I sold almost everything I owned to afford the move. By the time I boarded that plane, all I had left was a single suitcase and a very thin bank account. When I landed, the reality hit me hard. My savings, which were already slim, were now worth even less because of the exchange rate. For every $1, I only got about 43 cents in local currency. So, all that money I thought would sustain me? It was barely enough. Until my first paycheck arrived, I was surviving off the cheapest food I could find. My diet boiled down to 3 things: noodles, oats, and bananas. Morning, noon, and night. Some days I told myself it was fine, that I was just being frugal. But truthfully, I was hungry. I was drained. And I was fighting to keep my spirits up in a brand new country with no support system. 4. The night hunger one. One evening, after yet another bowl of plain noodles, I just couldn't take it anymore. My stomach growled like an angry beast. I needed something different. Something filling. Something that didn't taste like cardboard. So I opened Uber Eats. I scrolled through the options, knowing full well that I probably couldn't afford anything decent. I hovered over the cheapest meals, doing the mental math of what I had left in my account. And that's when I noticed something strange. At checkout, there was already a credit card linked to my Uber Eats account. My heart skipped. I looked closer at the name. It was Mark's. For some reason, my ex-fiancé's credit card was still attached to my account. I don't know if it was oversight, laziness, or just plain stupidity on his part, but in that moment, my hunger and my anger collided. I hesitated for maybe 5 seconds. And then? I ordered the biggest pizza on the menu. Extra toppings. Garlic bread. Wings. Dessert. If I was going down, I was going down full. And when I saw that green check mark, order confirmed, my jaw literally dropped. It went through. 2 weeks of revenge. The first bite of that pizza tasted better than anything I'd eaten in months. Not just because it was real food, but because every slice was served with a side of poetic justice. Mark had demanded I pay his bills. Mark had humiliated me in front of my family. Mark had stalked me. And now, Mark was paying for my survival. I laughed out loud in my tiny apartment, chewing pizza while imagining his face when he saw those charges. For the next 2 weeks, until my first paycheck arrived, I kept doing it. Burgers. Sushi. More pizza. Fries with extra cheese. Every meal I couldn't afford, every craving I had shoved down while choking on noodles, I indulged in. And every single time, the bill went to Mark. 6. The sweet extension. Even after my first paycheck came in, I didn't stop. For another 2 weeks, I treated myself to the meals I craved but couldn't justify spending my own money on. Every ding of order confirmed felt like a tiny victory. And the best part? I didn't even feel guilty. After everything he had put me through, this wasn't theft. This was restitution. Eventually, one day, the card declined. The fun was over. But by then, I was full, satisfied, and, for the first time in a long time, happy. What makes this revenge so satisfying isn't just that I got free food. It's that Mark brought this on himself. He tried to drain me dry financially, emotionally, and mentally. He tried to ruin my reputation, to control me, to make me dependent on him. But in the end, his own arrogance cost him. Every slice of pizza, every bite of sushi, every burger, I savored not just the food, but the knowledge that he was footing the bill. That his entitlement was literally feeding me. That was my justice. Breakups can destroy you. They can leave you feeling powerless, small, and worthless. But sometimes, life hands you a tiny, unexpected chance at justice. And when that chance comes, when karma finally swings your way, it tastes even better than pizza. So, what do you think? Was this karma or just clever payback? Have you ever had an ex try to take advantage of you, and did you get your revenge? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it, because more deliciously satisfying stories are coming your way.